Thank you and welcome back. I'm Paul, your host of the Last Game Hunter. Now guys, one thing I wanted to do for you guys, and I've been wanting to do it for a while, ever since I had bought this USB 2.0 capture card. Now what this is just a USB device, plugs in your computer, HDMI on one side, very low budget, which is why I wanted to test it. Now I bought a few of them just in case they work out well, because maybe they could be used in different places throughout my setups. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to pin it up against a not so much more pricey in this little plastic bag they sent it in. USB 3.0, same idea, just a USB 3.0 to HDMI input capture device. So how will they stand up? Will they stack against each other well? Will the video quality be on par? Will the USB 2 fail for its price tag for the simple reason that it's USB 2 versus USB 3? Will there be jaggedness in any of them? Will they be smooth? Will they be clean? And will the audio work? As we know, I am playing around with the Flashback Series X Atari, and we all know, or at least if you don't, just a little pointer, quick review, these don't work well through an Elgato. Now the picture and video and everything is beautiful, but there is no audio on pretty much all the games. So anybody who films and does a review on a Flashback Series Atari, for some weird reason, they don't get to have audio in their games. Now I did it on a Fosco Max, which wonderfully worked that way. So there is why I'm going to use this Flashback to test these two products. And then through that, I'm going to find out what was my gameplay like on the USB 2 device versus what was my gameplay like on the USB 3 device. So what we're going to do, we're just going to open up and see what they all come with. Now I had already pre-opened one. I was just looking it over. Even the cheap one, the USB 2, is actually, whoops, aluminum. So it's very nicely made. The aluminum will act as a heatsink for you. I can't remember if it came with anything else. And the answer to that would be just your USB 2 capture device, English, Chinese manual thing. Not really sure there's much there to really tell you. I mean, plug your USB device in, plug in your HDMI from the product. Does it come out on the thing? Now, one thing I'm also going to make a note on here, I'm just going to use the capture from the camera app that's built into Windows 10 on this for the very simple reason that these do work on OBS. That isn't an issue. I have seen this one on OBS before. That's not why I wanted to do it this way. They do not come with software. So I can't pit one against the other based on software, which we could do, for example, with the Elgato and EVGA's XR1. So what we're going to do in the future, we're probably going to pit these guys against each other against the Fosco Max 4K pass-through. The reason why I want to do that is this little guy here may be the cheapest of the batch. Let's find out through these in another video. And if you want this video, comment below. I'll be happy to slam all three of these big guns against each other, or I should say the two big guns against the up-and-coming little guy. Okay, so very simple on this one. We just have this. Now, also, just a little thing I'm going to throw out there just to make this. We are on the verge of hitting 3,000 subscribers, and doing so, I am actually going to, on the 3,000 live stream, we are going to be giving away one of the USB 2.0 capture cards as a gift for saying thank you, along with many other things we're going to be giving away. And hopefully, I don't know if I can make an announcement on all that as I go along, because it's kind of hard, as a lot of things have been going on with, you know, family and work, and you just got to keep going in life. But anyway, this will be one of the giveaways, brand new sealed, never opened, never played with, never malware touched or anything. So let's put this one here aside. We know what that is. Now let's open up this. Does this open in any way? Nope. So we have to tear it. Wow, they make those strong lately. So what do we have? Okay. Ooh, 4K audio and video capture with loop. You see, that is interesting. And I love these things that say they're 4K and they're not. Absolutely, we know that. These cheap devices are not 4K. They may allow 4K pass-through, but I'm really going to highly doubt that to a certain point. But we could actually test that, as I could put my 4K camcorder through it and we can find out. So I will throw that in the test now as well. Will either of them do 4K pass-through, and what will it look like? Let's see what's in here. Oh, I think we have a little card here. Hey, review and send a screenshot, and you could win the $10 gift card right now. Good luck! I write my reviews anyway. Oh, okay. So, aluminum like the other one, but plastic here and plastic here. Oh, this one's plastic here as well. So, both aluminum shells on the outside. Well, that's weird, isn't it? The USB 2 is actually bigger and heavier. Leads me to believe either the aluminum's better, or as a good heat sink, or the product inside is. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Now, both these are really no-name brands. So, for example, this one here is called, I don't even think they have it on here. Nice. So this one is called the Chilean USB 3 to HDMI capture card. Okay. Now, this actually has a little USB 3 extension dongle. Kind of nice, actually. That's kind of really nice, which I can use for both of these. So now I can just plug this in and swap out as I'm going along here in this video. So that's nice. Thank you. That cable alone makes me a happy person. So you get the USB 3 cable. It's actually decently beefy. I'm going to say that for sure. It's a very nice made cable, actually. Nice flex. Very good. And then you have the capture device and the paper. Mom, I can't get over the counter. Idea here now is to find out if all of this is recording through this device, because I'm not recording on my camcorder anymore. So what I want to know is it recording with the audio or not? Another thing we're going to test now is some movement. Yeah, sorry I can't move too fast, but it's the way my life is. Bye. So what we're going to do, I'm just checking movement just for fun, just to see what it's like. Is it jittery or just, you know, downright smooth? So that's the one thing we need to check for. That is just to see if there's any lag in the, I guess, watch my mouth to make sure there's no lag there. And, you know, this is the USB 3.0. Now we're going to test out the USB 2.0 and see if there's any lag or problems there, or is there any audio issues. Okay, so now we are on the USB 2.0 one. So the 3.0 is here in my hand, as you can see, and the 2.0 is doing the recording. So what we're going to test now, of course, is the audio. Watch and see if it's in line with my lips. Don't watch too hard because I don't like people looking at me. And then we're also going to just do some movement just to see, is there any weird like jitter. I did that on purpose, of course, like I did in the 3.0 one. And just, you know, moving just to see, is everything okay? So what I want to know now, the three things we're going to look at is jitter, is things in line, and the audio quality. I guess there's a fourth thing, video quality. Maybe there's a difference between the pass-throughs on this one and the other. One is definitely USB 2, so we know there's definitely some differences in technology here. And the other one is USB 3, so let's see who wins. Okay guys, so I'm back with the results. I'd like for you to comment below if you agree with me or not. USB 2.0 versus the USB 3.0. Both of them pass through 4K. Both of them pass through my 4K camera, no issues. Well, I say no issues. I had to watch the video over and over on the camera video, and even on the video game play for the Atari. Now, on the Atari, I still think there was a sharpness difference between the two. Not really noticeable, and that's going to be hard to notice because it's a retro game that we're playing. And I guess from that, because I'll just go off with the Atari stuff first, I found, if you didn't notice, on the USB 3, when I canceled a game and went to another game, you got the bar, the colored bar going down as like a momentary screen, and then back to the thing. You did not get that with the USB 2. I thought the audio was a touch, I'm going to say a touch cleaner on the USB 3. And I'd like to say that I thought it looked sharper. Maybe I wanted it to look sharper. So then, between the Atari, it's kind of hard to say it looked sharper. I thought there was a little tiny bit of a fuzz line maybe on the USB 2. Again, comment below if you agree. If you don't agree, that's cool. The footage is there. You can pick what you think is the best, and you can comment below on what is the best, or what you think your view is on what was the best. Now, on the playback through the 4K camera, there's where I found the difference and the hardest thing. I thought it was my eyes. I thought maybe I was just too tired looking at it all. But the 2.0 definitely did not pass through, in my opinion, the same image the 3.0 did. Now, that said, it passed through quite a sharp picture all the same. But I still say the 3.0 passed through a sharper picture. As far as audio went, I think they're pretty tight. I think these two, overall, actually, I don't think you'd go wrong with which one you bought, or, you know, just if you were out on a whim, you needed something just for your, a lot of people are looking for, let's say, for their YouTube channel or whatever, just to plug in their camera or camcorder as their device to their computer direct and do the recording for their videos. Whereas I do it raw, bring it over, take the memory card and edit it and blah, 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 and so on, and here's your video. But a lot of people do record straight to the PC, and I get it. I get why. I just don't know if that's the best possible way to, might as well drop both of them. I just don't know if that's the best possible way to do it. Now, if you are going to do it that way, as you can see, there was no issue. If you wanted to do that, I would definitely go with the USB 3 device overall, as again, maybe I'm just tired, but I swear I seen this look sharper with the camcorder going through it. That was definitely a given. Now, it is not recording in 4K. I want everybody to be totally understanding here. These two devices are not recording in 4K. They're passing through a 4K signal and recording in 1080p. Okay? So you're getting 1080p recording, maybe a touch higher grade recording on the 3.0, and that could just be due to a touch of speed differences. Now, one thing I did, and I can tell you, this USB 2.0, when I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get my camcorder to work with OBS through an Elgato Pro, right? This was one of the devices I actually tried to do that with. So I didn't do a full-on review with it at that point, or even till now. It was just, I tried it with OBS. The camera did pass through the 4K, but it was stuttery in OBS. I don't know if it's because of all the overhead. I'm not sure. Just something to be aware of. The 3.0 should not do that. That is the difference between the bus of these two devices. If you're going to get anything, definitely I think the 3.0 is great. If you're passing through 1080p and you're not necessarily recording on 4K, especially with camcorders today, that's a lot of money to be really pushing out, especially if you're starting out. I'm trying to help people budget their YouTube channel, trying to help you, like even if you just want to add an old, this Sony DSLR, I want to hook it up, HDMI out, boom. Now it's now a webcam. You see what I'm saying? This is the ways of doing it, and this guy will only do 1080p. So there's an option. For example, if I wanted my JVC, which you can't see up there, but usually you see it hanging in the video, it's only a 1080p camcorder, but it can output HDMI. Well, then this is perfect. You see where this is starting to come in? For anybody starting out and they want to use a camera or a DSLR or a camera, this is perfect. Anybody a little bit more into it and they do have an expensive or more expensive, I shouldn't put it in the way I did, 4K camera or above, then this is probably the route to go. And again, neither one are that expensive, so it doesn't really matter as such if you had bought the 2.0 to do your 1080p or your 3.0 to do your 1080p. In the end, guys, comment below. It is it's a very hard decision, but it's your decision. I'm trying to show you what is out there on the cheap, on the D-Low, yo. In the end, hopefully you get something that helps out your channel, or you're just a person at home and you need it for business, just to do a conference call. You don't have a webcam at home, because webcams were so hard to get at one point. Not so bad now. And I actually have a really nice webcam coming up for a review. Yeah, I've done a lot of webcam reviews, but here comes another one. So in the end, guys, I think if it was my choice out of the two, I would probably buy the USB 3 for the faster front side, or the faster bus front side. I don't know, I'm so used to saying that. Thank you guys for sitting through this review, and hopefully I've solved somebody out there a situation issue where they were like, oh my god, I don't want to buy the Elgato camera USB for $180, which is absolute ludicrous. You're paying for software at best. All you need to use is Windows 10 camera app, and this works perfectly as a camera. You do not need to have the bulky software. If you're live streaming, of course, then you're going to use OBS or Xsplit or something like that. You don't need Elgato's $180 to do the $20 thing. Till next time, game over.